All right, welcome back to the show. Your host, DonLexy, here with another live reaction. Let's go ahead and get into it. Y'all know the rules. Hit the subscribe button on your way into the room. Also, hit the notification bell. Hit the like button so that you can be notified every single time you come into the room. Hit that bell. Let's get it. We're looking for a show sponsor. Everything over $20 qualifies as a show sponsor. We're looking to reach a $100 goal in the Cash App. That ensures that we come back the next day. You guys can force me back the next day just by reaching a goal of 100. Drop those locations. We're going to have a great show. We got single mothers thinking that they can ask for whatever they want. We're going to get into it. Before we even do that, I want to speak on some things that have been happening in the space. We have to do announcements when big news is happening, especially when large content creators are being called out. Content creators who are doing well are being called out for what they do in their personal lives and so on and so forth. I want to give my take very briefly because, again, there's so many things that you see when it comes to the content creators who put out content in this space and how we treat one another. And I've been wanting to address this for a while, and I'm glad that I finally get to address it. No Fugazi podcast, Cooley, he's gone under fire lately. And again, I'm going to say this very briefly. If you have an issue with content creators like No Fugazi, how in the world could we support content creators like the great Kevin Samuels, which we all do? We all support Kevin Samuels. His relationship past, his dating record has nothing to do with our support for him. I don't see why any other content creator in this space isn't given the same grace. Very dishonest. There's some catty, weird crap going on in the space. I don't follow it. Let's start the show.
My dog died alone.
Louisiana got the fourth worst educational system
New York in the building. DMV in the building. Let's get it. Drop those locations. Let's go. South Carolina in the building. Drop those locations, baby. Let's have a good show.
Hello? I own two companies, Kendra.
Much love, everybody. How y'all doing? All we got is about 2 more minutes. We're going to be ready to go. 2 more minutes. Where's my godforsaken timer? Bronx in the building. Las Vegas in the building. Let's get it. Y'all ready? Squared Away said the first girl looks beautiful from what I can see. Must be disqualified a demeanor. Hit the like button. Snellville, Georgia. Let's get it. Y'all know we disqualifying a demeanor first. He said we don't claim Cooley over here in Jersey. Hey, I didn't say y'all had to. Hey, I don't say anybody has to support Cooley. I just spoke on the situation. There's just this thing that I noticed in RP spaces. Once a content creator gets over 100K, all of a sudden it's like, oh, it happened to Mr. Samuels. Saint and Sinner and all those dudes, they all were like, oh, let's expose this dude. He's not a real image consultant. He's not even got a real business. He was divorced twice. Give him relationship advice. You want to know what I saw? I saw men following him anyway. I saw millions of men following Mr. Samuels because his logic is sound. I think all these conversations are very pathetic deflections away from the conversation. Is he wrong in the things that he says when he cuts on that microphone? That's what I care about personally. I'm not invested in these dudes' lives. I'm not gonna do it. Y'all not gonna force me to care. Is the content good? Is the information good? Because if we allowed people to pick Mr. Samuels apart like this space wouldn't even have gotten where it's gotten to. That's just the truth. That's just my perspective. And I don't think anybody has to support Nur Fugazi. I'm speaking to just this whole catty shit we've been doing. When are we gonna stop? Hit the like button. We're at a like disparagement. I'm gonna start holding up the show. We're starting to do better numbers. We're starting to see like 400 or 500 people in here during the show. That's great. I'm happy for that. I like to entertain. The more people here, the more comfortable I get actually. But we gotta start hitting the like button when you come in. If you don't donate to the show, least you could do is hit the like button when you come into the room. We've been at a like disparagement the last show. Squared Away says, they're gonna get all in your business when you get to 100K. It's all good. I don't really care. I personally won't care. And I won't be making response videos. I'm not doing it because I'm over it. I'm above it. I have something else to do. I have a whole other mission in hand. And fighting with other content creators is not going to be a part of my brand. I'm not going to be disproving what people got to say about me on my brand. And people who want to rock with me can rock with me. People who don't, hey, it's hella people talking these type of talks and having these conversations. It's a reason why you come over and get it over here, though. But if you want to go somewhere else, listen. I can't stop you. Wouldn't even say it wouldn't be sad for you to go, but listen, there's something we're all trying to do here. Shouts out to Anton Daniels. I think he's one of the only people in this space who have a perfect dating and relationship history. Borderline, like it's almost scaveless. Shouts out to Anton Daniels. He's been with the same woman forever. She's been riding out with him. He got married young and it succeeded. That's something that doesn't typically happen. The marriage statistics say that when you get married young, it doesn't usually work out. His worked out. And great for Anton. You know, great for him. Most of us guys who do this content, our relationship histories aren't scaveless. In these men who are making these videos, addressing these men about their lives, I promise you, their relationship past and histories are not scatheless either. It's projection at best. I promise you there's something that can be pulled up about every single one of us content creators outside of a few. But I think what I'm trying to figure out is what relevance does it bring to these conversations? What does it anymore bring men or women closer to the answers that they're looking for when we're having these conversations? Let's talk about what it really is. It's a deflection. It's a distraction. And it's funny, there are certain content creators, they only want to make videos and hit pieces on people until the content creator is like doing well. They don't care about you. They don't make videos when you're under 100K subscribers. For some reason, everything you're doing is off their radar. But the moment you get past 100,000 subscribers, people start seeing you. Your clips are starting to be noticeable and visible on IG and on TikTok and on all these other places. All of a sudden, here comes the hit pieces. Let's expose him. Who's he dating? Who's he sleeping with? ThonLexy's over it. Grow up, man. Grow up, man. This is the big boy table where we don't do little catty shit. Now, glad to have been able to address that. Let's go ahead and start the show. Disqualify demeanor, like we always do. Again, of course, these calls are always disturbing. Every time we disqualify a demeanor, it's usually because the woman doesn't know how to present herself on camera or because her attitude is just completely out of line. Let's go ahead and get into it. Let's see what brought us here. Let's spin the clip.
Oh, shit. Oh. Hey. Hold on. I got to tell my sister, Naya. Why she accept my request? Hey. Let me go find me a man. Wait a minute. Okay, hold on. Let me get myself together. I'm sorry, Kim.
Yeah.
Let me get myself. Hi.
You want to keep your bonnet on?
Huh?
They're going to talk about you. You want to keep your bonnet on?
Oh, I have locks. So.
Okay.
Kendra has to tell women not to twerk, not to overly show off their body. She has to tell them to take their night garments off before they come on, and we're the problem for exclusively calling out BWs.
What's your name, baby?
Amari.
Amari, where are you calling me from?
I'm from Cali.
And how old are you?
I am 27.
27. What you do for a living?
I am sit down. I do in-home care for my grandma. She's sick right now, so she might be gone in a couple of months.
Shout out to Donald Trump. He's going to make sure that all of you nice women who take care of people at home, he's going to make sure that you guys are paid in ways you guys were never paid. Let's go ahead and get back into the clip.
So do security.
Okay. You do security too?
Yes.
Okay. Well, enjoy as much time as you can with your grandmother while you still have her.
Yes. Oh, yes.
Okay. Amari, California, 27, in-home care for her grandmother, also does security. Do you have any kids?
I do. I have one right here. That's 3. And
3
then,
years old.
Squared Away says faces A1.
Lord have mercy. We must stay focused, brothers. We must stay focused.
It does suck when a woman is pretty and just about fit and still like as far from being marriageable as it can get. Sucks. Let's go ahead and get back into it.
Why you not with the dad?
Sorry?
Why you not with her father?
Ooh, I can write a book. I can write a whole novel. I could probably write like...
Shaming you.
Ain't nobody shaming. Since 2014. We just separated like a year and a half ago. And honestly, I feel so free. The toxic, I do not do.
I need all the Black single mothers, because I only see this in my community. That's the only reason why I'm addressing BWs when I say this. I need you to understand something. The more you talk about how bad your being, the situation with the father of your child is, it's a poor reflection of you as well. It doesn't mean you're still in love with him. Doesn't mean that you guys are in a relationship, but you guys still represent each other. You guys, a single person brings you guys together for a common meaning. Like you can only speak about him so negatively to where it reflects poorly on you. So when you say, "Oh, I could write a book about how messed up this N-word was," that makes your decision making come into question. That's what ends up happening.
So I'm learning I'm better without him. Like basically our whole lives was together. So he moved, I moved, he moved, and bye-bye. Bye-bye.
Okay. What are your deal breakers?
Lying. I really don't care if you cheat, because I'm on the same type you on. I'm a reflection of you, so whatever you do, I'm gonna do
I
times
beg
two.
your pardon?
My dog die alone.
Now, this is where the conversation starts to go a little south.
I'm gonna
Wait, pause. Hold on. So, okay. So would you start off loyal? And then if he messes up,
I'm an Aquarius. So to me, I'm very loving. I would give you the shirt off my back if I need to. But when you play, I'm gonna show you how we play for real.
Now, let's quickly discuss this broken woman logic that she just tried to lay down. Again, this is something that BWs do, trying to be men, trying to cheat back and trying to like level the score with men, but all they do is end up putting an extra body on their roster. They end up damaging themselves emotionally and psychologically, trying to get back at a man. Ladies, a man could deal with 300 women while he dealing with you. And if you sleep with one of those, if you sleep with one guy, you lost far more value than he lost in regards to what makes us both valuable in the dating market. You're the only person who loses if you do that. I just knocked down some females. If you got an extra body, you're less valuable. You're tainted now. You let somebody dominate you in that way, like there's no recovering. Like a lot of times women who are foolish in this way, they'll get with a guy, they'll catch the guy cheating or something like that, and then they try to do the same thing and then think that like he'll come back and it'll be like, okay, you got me, I got you, let's go back and let's have a happy relationship. And the guy's like, no, I don't care that I slept with 50 women and you slept with one guy. That one guy you really liked. I never cared about them women. You went and got with somebody who you've been priming up for like 6 months at your job, and all while I was your guy, you were flirting with him just in case we didn't work out, and you think you're better than me? All right, guys, let's go ahead and get back into it.
Okay. So if he's faithful, you'll be faithful. But if he dips out, you'll dip out.
We're gonna be dipping together, baby. Dipping together. What time we dipping? So I know. I'm sorry, Kendra, but I'm an Aquarius. So like I said, I would literally.
Oh, go ahead. Blame it on your zodiac sign. I'm an Aquarius. That doesn't have anything to do with your decision making. And see, again, we've talked about this before on the show. Instead of black women playing offense and trying to figure out where they can be valuable and how they can make better decisions and pick better guys, they try to scare everybody else who wants to date them. They try to send dry threats and dry subliminals out to the guy who potentially wants to date them next by saying like, don't mess with me, because if you mess with me, I'm gonna hurt your feelings. No, the relationship's just gonna be over.
My dog die alone.
It doesn't, like, you're not gonna get him back and then it's gonna be the same as like when he did it to you. We're not the same. This is disgusting. Let's continue.
Give you the shirt off my back, like, but nowadays people be playing too many games. So it's like you put your trust. Like I said, I was locked down for 11 years. So, am I gonna go back to dealing with that again? No, I could have stayed with the nigga who I was with. That's why he got left.
Shame in your...
Well, my thing is, if you was playing, why can't you just play with him?
See, that's the thing. I'm not trying to play, cause the playing gonna lead to me bopping you in the head, and I'm not trying to do that.
But you just...
That's what you just said, crazy lady. That's what you just said. You just said that, like, oh yeah, if we cheating, just that's what we doing. We cheating. And then when as soon as Kendra made it real to you and was like, oh yeah, so right. And then you gonna say, oh well, no, I don't want him to be doing that because then I'm gonna start cutting people. It's like, what? Shouts out to Arthur. He just came through and grabbed the sponsor spot. Much love, Arthur, man. I love you, man. Y'all getting carried by the same donors. Wish some other people would step up. Much love, Arthur. I appreciate you, brother. Thank you very much. What's up, Ebony? Ebony has entered the chat. Much love, people. Let's keep the likes up. We're kind of having issues with likes. We already got the matrix against us. Trying to keep people out of our show at every turn. Let's go ahead and keep those likes high. As y'all come in, hit the like button.
That's that you're on whatever time the guy's on.
Right. So if you come, if you want to be civil, we can be civil. And if you're gonna play, I'm gonna show you I can play the best match before I tap on out, baby. And that's just that.
Ladies, I need y'all to understand something, especially the women who come from my community, my black women. I need y'all to understand something. Men, we're not scared of y'all like that. And not in a way like we want to harm you. We're just not scared of you. We're not scared of you. Just be sweet. Be a woman. There's never going to be a day where women can come into the dating market and have like an aggressive, hostile, even in the slightest. You can't be hostile and aggressive in your approach. So again, there's never going to be a time where we like that, where we start to appreciate dry threats. It's very off-putting. It's extremely off-putting when you're trying to pursue a woman and she's like subliminally trying to like tell you, don't mess with me. Like, are we dating or is this a potential knife fight? What are we doing? The energies don't align.
But I'm very loyal. I'm very sweet. I'm very loving.
They want to know, why didn't you guys get married if you were together for 11 years?
I had 2 engagement rings. Honestly, we didn't go through it because of my gut. It was more of my choice. I knew he wasn't right for me, but I loved him. Like, I'm like, I don't, and then after a while I grew, like I said, I have kids. So
oh goodness. I'm glad that one finally admitted it. Thank goodness. I'm glad that she admitted it. Whew. Even though she didn't mean to admit it, I'm glad that she did. It's very refreshing. She said, I knew he wasn't the one. I just had his baby anyway. Now, she just happened to be goofy and weird enough to be transparent when we weren't expecting. But I really think that that's so true for a lot of the women who are single mothers in the black community. I think that they had children by men who they knew that they weren't in love with, or they knew weren't good for them in some way. And then when that guy proceeded to prove that point by not being anything for the child, then they call that man a deadbeat dad. I'm like, hold on a second, lady. That's not, you didn't get abandoned. You're reckless. We have to start talking about where accountability really exists with like why there are so many single mother-led households nowadays. You sure it doesn't have anything to do with the decision-making of the mothers, or is it everything to do with the fact that men are just abandoning their kids? I don't believe that. I don't believe that black men are committing to being fathers and then just going to the store for milk and not coming home, because that's what a deadbeat father actually is. Not a man who showed you in every way that he wouldn't have wanted to raise a child with you. He wouldn't want to father a child with you, and you still proceed to take his baby to term. Then he proceed to show you that he wasn't playing when he said that, and then you call him a deadbeat. You chicks are out of your damn mind. You're out of your mind if you think you got abandoned by a man who showed you ahead of time that he didn't want to have a child with you. And you just brought his baby to term because you were crazy about him. Is he a deadbeat? I don't think you've thought it through. I don't think you thought it through.
I grew, and then I don't want to show my girls this is how you treat a man or this is how a man treats you. So I don't want to create the same. Like, I grew up in a household, my mom was beating my dad with 2x4s. So like I done seen some stuff.
I beg your pardon.
And it's like I don't want that for my kids.
Okay, you have more than one child?
I have a 7-year-old and a 3-year-old.
Oh, I thought you only said a 3-year-old. Okay, a 7-year-old.
Seen some stuff, and it's like I don't want that for my kids.
Okay, you have more than one child?
Right. If you don't want it for your kids, pick better men. Like, men who actually will do harm by you, they're not going to warn you before they do it. I'm just letting you know. So you have to trust your decision making.
I have a 7-year-old and a 3-year-old.
Oh, I thought you only said a 3-year-old. Okay, a 7-year-old. Maybe I missed it. All right. So were those all your deal breakers?
Yeah.
Are both of your kids by your ex-boyfriend?
Yeah.
Okay. Okay.
Sadly, I wish I had 2 baby daddies.
Why do you wish you had 2 baby daddies?
Because the first one is just lame. Like, I just be so, like, I don't know.
Well, I've never heard anybody say they wish they had 2 baby daddies.
Again, anyone who is dumb enough to bring a man's baby to term and you think that he's a lame, you don't think anything of him, that says a lot about you. What about your decision making? Like, what does that say about you? If this guy isn't a respectable person, he's not worth respect, nobody should care about him, why'd you have a baby with him? You don't think that makes you look no kind of way? You're just a woman with a baby who's innocent and void of all wrong, huh? I don't think that that's true. Much love to Tara J for that 5. Much love for Jacob. He says, at work, but I'm still supporting. Much love, Jacob. Get that money, bro. Get that money. Much love, Jacob. Thank you for that.
Oh, okay, Amari. Amari, does the guy gotta look a certain way?
I like chocolate. For me, it just be the hair. Like, it don't need to be like you need to have water on it, or you ain't touched water in like 3 days, 4 days.
Wait, so what do you mean the hair?
Because you know how like they be having a hair and it's nappy. I'm gonna just say it like that.
So
Don't
no nappy hair.
Don't touch it. Like, you got to do something. Could leave in detangler, something. Just something.
Okay. So, well, are you saying don't have nappy hair?
You got to know how to maintain it. I'm not stepping out with you and your hair look like it's a bunch of spiders having a meeting on it.
It's funny that you said that you don't want a man who's going to step out with you looking any kind of way. And when you came on to the beginning of this call, Kendra had to tell you to remove your bonnet.
Shaming yourself. Ain't nobody shame.
And why did she, like she shouldn't have had to do that. Like, you're not in any position to talk. I think all you women who are prepared to be publicly visible with a bonnet on, y'all can't tell anybody about how to present themselves in public. Like, at all. You wear things that are supposed to be wore to bed outside like it's a real outfit. You cannot talk to people who don't do that. Like, you can check them. Like, what's happening out here? Like, seriously, what's going on, man? Much love, man. He says, my late fee for the Don impression. Much love. Thank you. Much love, Chanae.
Amari, well, you're 27. Okay. Should the guy make a certain amount of money?
Honestly, I've seen some people come on here and say some outrageous numbers. I am young and I'm growing myself. So honestly, I'm not putting a I'm not putting a price on it, but you can't come broke. Now, broke means we go out. If some nights I shouldn't have to take my purse with me. It should be covered. But do I need to say, like, you need to buy me a house, or you need to buy me this, or you need to buy me that? No, I got my own money. We can go to the jewelry store. I could buy my own jewelry.
Your own jewelry. Okay. You buy your own jewelry. Okay. All right, let's do the Kendra Cam.
Oh, that's when I stand up. Okay, hold on. Let me see.
Yes, that's when you stand up.
And somebody said she thought she ate. Let me say something real quick. Get your ass on here and tell Kendra what the fuck you want, because I'm telling Kendra what the fuck I want. So
Shame
if I
in
didn't eat
yourself. Ain't nobody
then
shame.
it ain't meant to be ate for you.
What?
Okay.
What are you even talking about? What just happened?
See, Kendra. I don't know if y'all can. I'm about to have my daughter hold the phone in a minute. Let me see. And I was just eating me some noodles. So,
Okay. You want to show your stomach?
oh. Did I do too much showing, Kendra?
No, you're Amari, when was your last relationship, girl?
I'm gonna say about a year and a half ago. My role's been my best friend. I ain't need no man since.
I beg your pardon?
Shame in yourself. Ain't nobody shame.
Her rose has been her best friend. Again, now, when opening up the conversation about why BWs are viewed as more promiscuous, more available when it comes to sexual advances, things like that, things that they say are unfair labels, I point to stuff like this. These are the type of things that I point to. The fact that a lot of the times when Kendra G does the Kendra Cam, 90%, probably above that, more than 90% of the women, Kendra has to tell them, oh no, you don't have to pull your shirt up. You don't have to turn around and twerk. Y'all sure love showing your booty. Kendra she shouldn't even be saying these things. You women are going over it. You guys are excessive. I just don't think you're expecting that anybody's out there who's like, who'll call you out, but it's true. Like, I mean, like, ma'am, you shouldn't have just did that, like what you just did. How you just flashed that. We already can see that you were fit. You're not fat. You whatever. See, guys, how we think, how men think, as soon as you did that, bust down. Like, that's what you are to us. Like, only somebody who's like somebody who's quick would do that. I'm trying to get you some games. How we think. I'm telling you, it's the way men think.
And I just been chilling.
You've been chilling. Okay. She has been chilling. Ooh, child. Amari, you don't got to answer, but I'm going to ask, when's the last time you was intimate with someone?
I'll probably say the beginning of October.
Okay. 3 flaws you have to work on.
My mouth.
My mouth. It's just, again, I don't know. I don't know what it is with our women. They're like, it's only in our culture. It's like, I got a smart mouth. I'm gonna let people know it. Like, and I still want people to respect me and want to date me. And like, you know what the last thing that a man wants to deal with is a woman with a smart mouth. Y'all need to stop counting on that there are respectable, well-meaning dude men out there who are looking for a woman who is going to talk shit, like, or talk back, or talk out of turn, or just not know when to speak. What's up, Robert? Robert's entered the building. What's going on?
I really feel like I'm a bomb ass bitch. So besides my mouth, that's it. Because I really feel like I'm that girl. Like, reach twist, no retwist. Like, I really feel like I'm that girl. So
She's a bomb ass bitch.
South. Because you out, your mama out, your granny out, your dog out, your kitten out, your motherfucking bird out. Your baby out. I'll cuss everybody out, but that's why I need to chill.
Shaming yourself. Ain't nobody shaming.
What the bird do?
Could be ugly.
What the baby do?
Could be bald headed.
The Black community, everybody. Wow. Even babies can get it. Let's go ahead and move on. The single mothers on Kendra G's show this last week or so, y'all went wild. The things that were coming out of your mouth. Now, Scarlett Takes a Tumble came on here talking reckless also. Talking about a bunch of crazy nonsense. Couldn't control her child. I'm gonna let you guys be the judge.
Kid body. So I'm not sure you meant that as an insult or a compliment. I hope you meant it as a compliment, because saying I have a grown woman body to me is a compliment. What's your name, love?
I'm Jackie.
Jackie, where you calling me from?
Houston, Texas.
And what do you do for a living?
I'm a sales rep.
Okay.
Let me get this super because it might be related to the last call. Kendra is just like the women she brings on. She cheated on her fiance with a pookie in college, bragged about it on a show she hosted called Crowned. Really? That's interesting. I didn't know that. I'm gonna have to look into that. I don't want to speak on it too much because I haven't looked into it. That'd be irresponsible. But it sounds good. Sounds like some good mess. No, I'm just kidding. But I am gonna look into it. But I'm not trying to hurt her in any way. But you have to study what's going on out here in the field. But again, interesting for the talking points, because it seems like when Kendra's in and out of relationships, it affects the way she conducts herself on the show. So was this something that recently happened, or was this with the new Nigerian dude, or like a boyfriend from back in the day? The dude who proposed, and she told Kevin Samuels, "I was proposed before, he believed me." And Kevin Samuels was like, "Bitch, I don't care." And y'all know how that went. Let's get back into it.
I heard a kid. Ooh, I see a kid. I heard a kid and I see a kid. How many kids do you have?
I'm a mom of two baby dads, and yeah, I think that's it.
How old are your children?
They're 6 and 2.
6 and 2. Why are you not with the 2-year-old dad?
He's abusive. I recently broke up with his ass. Yeah, he was very abusive, and I'm so over it. No more of that shit.
No more of that shit. Okay, I got you, girl. Jackie Houston, sales rep, mom of 2 kids, 6 and 2. How old are you, Jackie?
Oh, I'm 26.
Hi, baby girl. Aren't you so pretty?
God, she is. She is cute. Cute kid.
You're 26?
Yes.
And what's your zodiac sign?
Capricorn.
Okay. So we got Jackie, Houston, Texas, sales rep, mom of 2 kids by 2 men. Have you ever been married?
No, never married.
Never married. She's 26. And let's do it. What kind of man you looking for, girl?
Oh man, I watched your show. I've been watching your show for 2 years, girl. Not really. And this question still something. Well, I'm looking for obviously someone who's not abusive, someone who's open-minded, like when it comes to culture. I say that because like my ex would not eat my cultural food. I'm half Liberian, and that always irritated me having to make 2 separate meals. So
Logan says, so you didn't know that he was the A word before you got pregnant? That's what I was thinking too. Anytime you women say that and you have a guy's baby, if you have more than one baby with the guy, I really don't care what you say. He could have chased you around the house with he could have chased you around the back shed with a shovel. Like if you had two of his kids, ma'am, like I don't know what to tell you. Like, how can you bring two of his kids to term and be like, he's the bad guy, not me? Like, these guys are not just popping up, being who they are. Y'all be knowing that these dudes are a little rough around the edges by how they move. And then when it gets real, you and act like you never knew that he was who he was. It's like, oh, God. I'm ready to listen to that. Robert says, I'm 43. It baffles me how people in their 20s are aging these days. Yeah, it's all the stress, the poor decision making. But a lot of the women, by the time they're 25, they've already screwed themselves over for the long run in the dating market. It's depression, it's stress. Like, and these women don't take care of themselves like the women of old did. We didn't see so many overweight women back in the day. I don't care what nobody say. Wasn't this many overweight women back in the day? It just wasn't. There were like collarboned women back in the day. Women were fit everywhere.
Like, I'm not doing that shit anymore. You're gonna eat what I cook, and that's that.
Like what? Like,
Buy a dog, die alone.
I'm gonna play this again for y'all because this very well encapsulates why so many BWs will never see marriage. Listen to this.
My cultural food. I'm half Liberian, and that always irritated me having to make two separate meals.
What's up, Brendan?
Like,
How you
I'm
doing,
not
man?
doing that shit
Welcome.
anymore. You're gonna eat what I cook, and that's that. Yeah.
Buy a dog, die alone.
Shaming yourself. Ain't nobody shame.
The most, I don't see why would any woman believe that it's wise to have this kind of stance about like the duties that you're supposed to do in the household? Like, you're going to eat what I cook. That's it. Like, you're already not the most attractive woman in the world. I'm not trying to bash you, but your looks are one thing that you don't have working to your advantage. You need to have a really, really, really good personality out here in the dating market. Your fitness is against you. You got a kid that's illegitimate. You're not a 10 by any stretch. You're not fit. And you think you get to have this hostile, take it or leave it attitude, ma'am. And no, that's that. And even baddies who try to do that sink. So just stop. Just stop, man.
Yeah, I know.
Wait, hold on. So you had to make two separate meals?
Girl, yes. Like, he would not eat rice or spice or fish or beans. Like, and I'm half West African. Like, we eat a lot of rice. And so it was like a real annoyance. Like, even my kids would eat what I cook, and he wouldn't. So I'm not doing that anymore.
You won't get on the treadmill. You won't cook. It's like, what does he get? Like, you won't cook the food he wants. You don't have the body he wants. What does he get? And he has to take care of another guy's walking and living embodied orgasm, like the living embodiment of the fact that a guy let off the most amazing one in you. Like, there's like walking proof of that around. It's just not fair.
For the name of love. What else? I guess I should talk about my deal breakers. Deal breakers would be like, yeah, being abusive, over talking, always having to have the
Smoke
last
detector.
word type thing. Like, let me
guess I
be
can't
right
talk.
sometimes, I guess. I don't think that's too much to ask for. But Yeah. I don't mind smokers, but I smoke once in a while. I'm not gonna lie, I smoke once in a while. I'm rolling up. I was rolling up when you accepted my call, actually. So yeah, I drink wine. I drink once in a while too, but nothing heavy. He can have kids too. I'm not gonna be those weirdos who be like, I have kids, but you can't have kids. That makes no sense to me. Yeah. So I hope that answered that.
Okay. Oh, child. Okay, that was your deal breakers.
Yeah, I think so. A little bit of everything, I guess.
Okay. So should he look a certain way?
I prefer black men. Black being from any black country. Don't have to be African American. Like I said, I'm half West African, so you can be West African, but don't be in West Africa. I'm not sponsoring nobody. I'm not doing that shit. Because people not West Africa, but like who live in other countries might want you to like sponsor them and stuff, and I'm not doing all of that. I got my children to take care of, myself to take care of.
Well, ma'am, let's explain why you're on the table for that kind of treatment. It's because you're in last place in the dating market. What puts a woman at last place in the dating market? I'll tell you exactly what puts a woman at last place. Her physicality. That's one of the fastest ways a woman can end up in last place. And who are the men who are in last place in the dating market for the men? They're the men who are just getting out of, they were previously incarcerated, down on their luck financially, men who are homeless, men who are deviant or looking to use you to shield their closeted homosexuality, down low men. You become a target for so many of the wrong kind of men when you aren't a fit woman in the dating market. And justifiably so, you deserve each other. Like you both are at the bottom. You both have done the least to prepare yourself to be optimal in the dating market. The man hasn't put himself in a financial, in a social position to be at the status he needs to have value. You haven't worked on your physicality and your femininity to be able to increase your womanly value. So you're both last. You both should be around one another. You get the scammers. You get the men who want to hook their PlayStation up to your TV. And you're not like people who were born with a certain height or whatever. You can do something about your problems or your shortcomings, because being short isn't a problem. Being overweight is a problem. All right. Let's move on for time's sake. Time for the feature presentation. We got 300 people in the building who are here for the feature presentation. I don't want to, yeah. Okay, now, the question that has been haunting, and I mean haunting, modern day women since we've started these conversations is, what do they bring to the table? They hate this question, and for very obvious reasons. They are not sure what they bring to the table. They don't know. And they haven't really thought about it. And I'll tell you what, ladies, you can never be fine enough to where it doesn't matter. You can never be fit enough to where it doesn't matter. Even though being fine and being fit is very important to men, but only in the front end. The decision-making process isn't over after we've qualified you at physically okay for us. We're not done evaluating you after that. There's still things we expect of you. And this is where conversations always get interesting in these spaces. And that's why this was worthy of the feature presentation. Let's go ahead and cover the rules. Cash App, stop the show. If there's anything that you want to say to us to stop the show, do it in the Cash App. We're about $80 away from goal. It's not looking like we're going to make goal, but y'all should still support the content that you want to see. Hit the like button and hit the notification bell so that we can bring more people into the room. We can make it a bigger discussion, and we can win that way, if anything else. Let's go ahead and get into it. Let's spin the clip.
Okay, we got Raven, Charlotte, North Carolina, 34, Leo, beauty industry, mom to a 14-year-old. Her child's father passed on. I think I have it all. What kind of man you looking for, girl?
I'm looking for a provider, God-fearing, a leader, someone who is family oriented, someone who is kind, someone who, let's see, what else do I want in a man? Someone who's takes care of their bodies, who works out, eats healthy, someone who wants to have a family, who wants to lead.
Shouldn't ask what you bring to the table as a man. You should be the table.
Shaming yourself. Ain't nobody shame.
Excuse me, my brother? What did you just say to me? My brother. Let's not let the women off that easy. I'm trying to keep my blood pressure down, so I'm going to do the other version. I'm not, because again, your perspective is your perspective. I'm learning to not just fly off. But this, my brother, this is how we've landed where we've landed. You see, they missed the days where we didn't ask them what they brought to the table. We were just wide open, vulnerable underbelly for them to just Rocky Balboa our ribs up. And I don't know if you missed those days or what, but a lot of men who, really care about the certain dynamics of this conversation, they're tired of being offered nothing for their value. I'm not sure who you are. Maybe you got a whole bunch of money. Maybe life's just great for you, Chris. But that doesn't speak for all the other men out here. Like, and even if you're a billionaire, don't let women think you expect nothing from them. That's the whole meaning why we have these conversations. Modern women of today are out of touch with the values that got them the results of the women of old, because they want the results of the women of old. They're like, where are all the men gone? Where are the men who do this? Where are the men who do that? Right? For them to get that, they're going to have to do a few of the things that those women were doing. But if we tell them, a real man, if you just come up and you just pull up here, I got it from here. This is where we get these women saying, oh, like, I don't feel feminine unless I'm around the right man. Instead of like real logical like arguments and ideas, we got women saying, I can be feminine, but if I'm around the right guy. It's like that's not it. We not going around here talking about then we sound like them. We the table. Yeah, what you want? Next thing you know, men, we gonna be out here talking about yes and all this. We gonna be acting like them. No. It's all good, my brother. I'm not trying to come down on you. Just we can't give them no room. We can't give them no room, brother. Because if we make them think that like, oh yeah, we just got it, then we'll be back at square one. That's why women are saying, I don't like dudes who listen to these dating and relationship podcasts, because they seeing these dudes start to think for themselves. Men are starting to ask women like, all right, well, you saying that like I should do this, I should do that. What do I get in return? Men are being abused for just asking what they get in return. We can't have that out here. But much love, Chris.
Did you say everything? God-fearing.
Much love to Scorp God. He says another show. He just dropped a 20. Much love. That puts us at 40. We halfway now. Let's get it. That puts us at 45, actually. Yeah, that puts us almost halfway. $5 from being halfway. Much love. Thank you. Appreciate you, Scorp God. Come on. I got a show prepared for y'all.
Someone who works hard, is not content with average. So, yeah.
Okay. You started off, first word you said was provider. So
Yes,
I'm going to start right there. What does provider mean to you? It was the first thing you said, child.
Someone who takes care of home. So, someone who goes out there and works and makes sure the house is taken care of, the bills are paid. And like I said, someone who's a leader, someone who knows how to lead a household. Who I want a manly man. So, yeah.
So do you expect him to pay all the bills?
Majority.
Majority. Okay, we got there early.
Especially if he wants me to like have children, like, you know, as moms, you know how we get sick sometimes with pregnancy and stuff like that. I need him to be able to take care of the household if I'm unable to work. You know what I'm saying? So, I mean,
So you're open to
That means you don't want to work. Again, like, and this is why Mr. Samuels will say, do you intend on having children with the man who you want, this ideal man? Because at that point, everything you earn becomes irrelevant, because you eventually you're going to be barefoot and pregnant, and more than likely wanting to stay in the house with your child, and you're not going to really want to go back to work, and then it'll be on him. And this is why we can't allow women to use their dating value. You know what I'm saying? We can't allow women to use their dating value or use their, what am I trying to say? Use their fertility as like a, I don't know. Let's just keep moving on. I thought I knew where I was going with that point, but I don't even really know where I'm going. I'm a little disoriented. But again, Squared Away just dropped a 5. We got Cash Apps coming in. Says she sounds high maintenance, but she's washed. Yeah, I mean, she is past the wall. And that's the thing about being high maintenance. If you have something to offer in return for being high maintenance, it's not so bad. Like, most women are high maintenance. It's just like, what do I get for it though? Like, how does my life benefit for me, like, taking care of all of your needs?
having more kids, and that dynamic, you want to be a stay-at-home mom.
I want to have the option to be a stay-at-home mom. Yeah.
Okay.
Because sometimes, you never know with being pregnant sometimes or having babies, you might be sick. Pregnancy can make you sick sometimes. So, yeah, I want to have the option. I don't want to have to worry about if I have to stay out of work for, a few months. We can't afford to pay the bills, because I do well by myself. So I would hope that a man can come and add to it or make it easier for me.
No. You want a man to take over it. And you just said that. Much love to Squared Away. He just dropped a 5. Oh, yeah, he already read his. Much love, Squared Away. Thank you. James Dent just dropped a 25. Much love. Appreciate you. That puts us at, I think, $75. Yeah, that puts us at 75. We're only $25 away from making goal. I didn't think we were going to make goal. All right. Since I have to run a meeting, everybody have a great day, except for one. Much love. Okay. What'd I do? Okay.
So, as moms, you know how we get sick sometimes with pregnancy and stuff like that. I need him to be able to take care of the household if I'm unable to work. You know what I'm saying? So, I mean.
So you're open to having more kids, and that dynamic, you want to be a stay-at-home mom.
Rod says, does a man get a high level of cooperation from a woman? I don't understand what you mean. Like, what context you mean?
I want to have the option to be a stay-at-home mom. Yeah. Okay. Because sometimes, you never know with being pregnant sometimes or having babies, you might be sick. Pregnancy can make you sick sometimes. So, yeah, I want to have the option. I don't want to have to worry about if I have to stay out of work for, a few months. We can't afford to pay the bills, because I do well by myself. So.
Well, stop. Like, and again, she's gonna say that she does well by herself. I think that's just the biggest disconnect with, I think, modern women. The moment that you guys say that y'all gonna get pregnant and then not want to work anymore, that again makes your money obsolete to the situation. This is what guys are talking about when we say we don't really care about y'all money.
I would hope that a man can come and add to it or make it easier for me.
Okay, so you said in the dynamic, so Is this a dynamic? Is this something you want regardless of kids or not? Let's just say he's not interested in having more kids. He already has kids.
Right. Pretty much. I mean, I'm okay with like working together, but overall I feel like I like a man that wants to be a leader. You know what I'm saying? I feel like most men who have their stuff together, they don't mind that. They want to take care of the household. They want to lead the family. They want to pay the bills. You know.
Yeah. Let's stop. See, this is where I thought my man Chris was going. My bad, Chris, if I misunderstood you. But this is where I thought Chris was going. I thought Chris was trying to say, you know, if a man already has himself together and everything is already dope, he already can pay all the bills. He's already like got a lot of money saved. He's got investments. He owns a McDonald's and all this other type of stuff. Then he doesn't require anything out of his woman. And nothing could be further from the truth. And what my research is showing from all this data shifting I've been doing is that the men who make over 100K, their cries are the loudest. That's why you shouldn't listen to these women who say, y'all not even high value men. Like, what y'all talking about? They're not even talking about y'all. Well, the high value men are the ones who are complaining about the women. They're not happy with you guys either. It isn't like the high value men think differently than the men who make 45K. They don't. They're saying, where are the good marriageable women? And do I have to go overseas to like make it happen or not?
I was with the same man since I was 17, but I never had an issue with that. You know, he wanted to pay the bills. I worked, but you know.
Okay. Fair enough. All right. So I don't think we even got there. What are your deal breakers?
Someone who has multiple baby mamas. Someone who has bad hygiene, who doesn't go to the dentist every 6 months. Someone who calls women out of the name bitches and hoes.
Who have you
I don't
been
want a
dealing
man
with?
who speaks to women like that. Someone who who's out of shape, who doesn't take care of their bodies. Someone who's not close with their family. Someone who's lazy and wants to play video games all the time. Someone who's not open to travel.
Of course. Not open to travel. Never seen so many women put an emphasis on travel in my life. Next level says, they always talking about manifesting. Why is she predicting being sick? She ready to scam. Yeah, she is. Just preparing for like when she can work the situation over. It's very telling. You should look out for stuff like that when you're dating.
I think that covers most of it.
All right, should he look a certain way? This next question, would I ask you?
I like a man that wants to be a leader. You know what I'm saying? Every 6 months. Someone who calls women out of the name bitches and hoes.
What have you been
I don't want a
doing?
man who speaks to women like that. Someone who's out of shape, who doesn't take care of their bodies. Someone who's not close with their family. Someone who's lazy and wants to play video games all the time. Someone who's not open to travel. I think that covers most of it.
You see how they're ready to write men off at not being willing to travel? These are the childish women in the dating market. I don't care. I don't care what age the woman it is. I argue it all the way down. The women who are like, I won't date you if you aren't willing to travel as much. It's like, do you know how much value a man has to offer you outside of his willingness to travel? You know how insulting that is to men, even everyday average men. We're your cavalry in the darkness in most situations. We are not going to be narrowed down to vacations, ladies. It's not happening. You're going to have to stop, okay? You're going to have to cut it out. You're going to have to stop. Much love to Johnny BX. He says, bootleg boogie, get the chopper. We at goal. Let's get it. Good job, BLP family. We made goal. I'll see y'all tomorrow. I'm feeling pretty loved now. We'll be here tomorrow. Thank you. Thank you very much. Let's go ahead and get back into it. Oh, God, I keep doing that.
Has multiple babies.
All right, should he look a certain way?
Yes. Well, I'm 5'7", so I would like someone at least I know that's what all the women want, but I would like to have someone at least 6 feet or taller. I would love someone who's in shape, who takes pride in their appearance and goes to the gym, tries to eat healthy, eat a lot of protein. So yeah, I would like for them to be in shape, nice teeth, and yeah.
Okay. Let's do the Kendra Cam. They've been asking for the Kendra Cam since you said provider, girl.
Okay, hold on. Let me see how to do this. Hold on, let me see. Because I know you like it. Let me see.
I love that you were set up and ready. So thank you for that. Okay.
Lord have mercy. We must stay focused, brothers. We must stay focused.
Yeah, I think she passes the physical test, no doubt. Yeah, definitely passes the physical test. This was the part that actually impressed me the most. We don't see this often. Watch this.
I don't want to turn around because I know all the girls be trying to turn around and show their body.
No,
so.
you don't have to show. You don't have to turn around.
Slow clap. You're still probably going to buy a dog and die alone, but still give you the slow clap. Because again, now, black women, was that so hard? Was that so hard? You see what she did? She showed off that she has a very nice body. A very nice body. And she didn't have to turn around. And she didn't have to over-sexualize herself to do it. Take notes. I was not disappointed. I know what you fellas, what you were feeling, wanting her to turn around. I know what you were feeling. But I'm glad that she didn't. You should be glad that she didn't. Because if she's your woman, this is how she conducts herself more than likely. She's on some level, she's thinking about the way she's presenting herself. It's very good. I got to take my wins where I can take them with BWs. She's the first woman I've seen do that. Good for you, sister. Thank you. Thank you for the sake of the future of these young women presenting themselves right. Thank you, sister. Even though you probably aren't going to find what you're looking for out here in the dating market, thank you. Still thank you.
All right, we got you, mama. Raven, when was your last relationship?
2 years ago. Yeah.
That's
when he passed.
Oh, when he passed on. You don't have to answer, but I'm gonna ask. When's the last time you was intimate with someone?
I skipped that one, but it's been a while.
Okay. No, shawty.
Shaming yourself. Ain't nobody shame.
I'm trying to help you. I'm trying to uplift you. I'm trying to you see what happens when I try to uplift you, sisters? You play around. You play in my face. I keep giving y'all this advice. Y'all won't take it. Listen. When Kendra asked that despicable question, when was the last person you were intimate with? You don't have to answer that. It's really good. Not answering it is never good because it increases the likelihood that it probably was very recent. But to do that very same action and then try to throw scent off of the recent trail by saying it was a while ago, ooh, that's going too far black to imply white. I now think you just slept with somebody probably within a week. And I'm sorry, I don't know why my mind works like this and I read too many books on body language and psychology, and ignorance truly is bliss. I wish I didn't know what I know, but I do. And I know for a fact that thing was just recently cracked, and it's based off of how you behaved. You had just shown me something that made me think you were closer to a wife, and then, you know, and it's not like you can't be intimate with anything. It's just all about how you carry yourself. You just went through a lot to make yourself appear to be a marriageable, reasonable woman. I'm letting you know, the men who are articulate and really are like, who are a little bit quicker, you're not going to be able to get past them with, oh yeah, I don't want to say, but it was a while ago. Anytime you women say that, I know, I've moved out of speculation and I have parked comfortably at certainty that you just busted down. Probably that last evening. Don't do that. Don't do that, man. That's the show though. That's the show. I appreciate y'all. This was a good show. We may go, great show. There are a lot of people down there with like opinions on like Cooley or whatever, whatnot, and it's just I don't want to get into it. I don't want to talk about it. Like, it is what it is. They're never gonna stop doing that. That's good. Everybody's day is coming where like people are just gonna be attacking them like that, and it's very, I don't know. I don't really get into that culture, but I'll see you guys on the next show. I'll see you guys tomorrow. We may go. I'll see y'all in the next one. Y'all be good.